I don't need all of that. I'm going to take a piece of it from you. And that's your reboarding pass. You're welcome. You're at stop number 9 on the trolley tour right now, okay?
Yep.
Welcome on board. My name's Welby. We'll leave stop 9 on the green line, make our way over to stop 10. Stop 11 and 12 are questionable right now. I'm still waiting to hear back from dispatch. We did have some detours up ahead, so I'll let you know. A couple of safety rules for you folks. Please stay seated, keep everything inside the trolley, no smoking on board. And also remember, as a courtesy to everybody else, it's a narrated tour. So if you need to talk, just try to whisper. If you have a cell phone, we ask you do not use it. So the Sheraton Hotel was just saying in 1985, Boston University overbooked their incoming freshman class. They had more freshmen than they had housing for. So what they do with the overflow? Put them at the Sheraton Hotel. Imagine college freshmen with housekeeping. How good is that? What's funny about this story is a few years later, another local college did the same thing and they overbooked. Northeastern University, you know where they put the overflow? In the gym. Big difference between Northeastern and BU. Property on your right-hand side is the world headquarters for the Christian Science faith. The Christian Science faith began in Boston in 1879, started by Mary Baker Eddy, one of the very few worldwide religions to have been started by a woman. Mary Baker Eddy lived just outside of Boston in the city of Lynn. She took a bad fall, very seriously injured. She was in the hospital for a few days. Traditional medicine didn't help her at all. So she asked for a Bible, then within 2 days she was healed. So she goes on to start this faith, the Christian Science faith. Excuse me 1 second. Well, I left 9 with 10 open. What's the status of 11 and
12? 11 is still closed. The route is being changed. So you're going to take a left on a ring road left on Sumter Street. Because the police are not allowing us to stop at 12. So it's stop 12 is closed. So we can drive by it.
Alright folks, we have the update on the detours up ahead. Stop 11 is definitely closed and 12 is closed as well. We're going to go by 12, but because of the event in Copley Square, the police are not allowing us to stop at 12. So if you want to get to anything that's available from stop 11 or 12, you can get off at our next stop here, number 10, and walk a few blocks. Or you can get off at stop 13 and walk about 4 or 5 blocks back. Either way, that would be the bookends of it. Stop number 11 would be Copley Place Shopping Center. Stop number 12 would be Copley Square, Trinity Church, Newbury Street, Boston Public Library. So what's going on today? I think I mentioned it once or twice, but the Jimmy Fund Walk, which is a fundraiser for the Jimmy Fund, is taking place here in the city. And Copley Square is kind of tied up as a result of it. This will be stop number 10 though. If you want to go to any of the sites from 11 or 12, you can step down here. About a mile down the road behind us is Museum of Fine Arts and the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. Stop number 10 on the Old Town Trolley. Anybody stepping down? Just joined us on the trolley. Welcome on board. My name is Welby. Me llamo Welby. My name is Spanish accent back there. Welcome on board. We're going to head now from stop number 10 directly down to stop number 13. So for your safety, you do want to stay seated, folks. Please keep everything inside the trolley. No smoking on board. Very, very important, folks. Please remember it is a narrated tour. If you need to talk, we ask that you please whisper. Also, if you have a cell phone, we ask that you do not use it on the trolley. This bridge that goes over the street is not just a human habitual. It actually connects the shopping mall on your left. Look at the cutie and the little stroller there on the right. The shopping mall on your left is a Prudential shopping mall. That bridge connects the Prudential over to Copley Place. So between the two malls, you get about 170 shops and restaurants. Great place to go check out if you're in the mood for some retail therapy, as they say. We're going to stop for the folks in the crosswalk here. They're a little confused because people don't usually stop. There they go. They don't know what to do. They're like, why? People stop. Yeah, most locals don't even wait for the traffic to stop, we just walk. It's kind of like the jaywalking capital of the world here. Yeah, you've noticed, right? Yeah. So we're going to turn on to Boylston Street right now and head into Copley Square. Copley Square, named after John Singleton Copley, famous portrait artist here during our colonial days. You might not know Copley by his name, but you might know some of his works. He's painted all of our great patriots: Sam Adams, John Hancock, Paul Revere, of course, painted by Copley. I always thought it was interesting that we have John Singleton Copley painting all of our patriots, but yet he himself was not one of them. No, he was somebody we would have called a Tory. He was loyal to the Crown of England at the time of the American Revolution. And so loyal, before the war even began, he moved to Britain and never returned to Boston. 10 years go by and his friends catch up with him in Britain. They say, "Hey John, why'd you leave?" He said, "Well, my wife was homesick." Typical man, blamed it on his wife. Had nothing to do with Mrs. Copley. It was all about him. We have a unique opportunity because of the detour we're taking. You guys get the opportunity to cross the finish line for the Boston Marathon. Look directly in front of us. See the yellow and blue line? Right across the street. This is the finish line for the Boston Marathon. If you stomp your feet right about now, you can tell everybody you ran across the finish line of the Boston Marathon. Exhausted from that run. 26.2 miles. It goes from Hopkinton, Massachusetts, behind us, right here into Copley Square. Oldest marathon in the USA. Yeah, for sure. It's great. That happens every year in April, and that happens on what we call Patriots Day, which is April 19th, or the closest Monday to it. It's a legal holiday, so they put it the closest Monday to April 19th. The building on your right is the Boston Public Library, oldest large free lending library in the nation. Opened up down the road in the 1850s, moved here in the 1880s when the Back Bay was completed with the landfill. The church on your left, this one has a great name if nothing else. It's referred to as the New Old South Church because the Old South Church still stands. It's on the other side of the city. The congregation moved here in the 1800s. But the most beautiful church is to your right front side. This is Trinity Church, opened in 1877, designed by Henry Hobson Richardson. He became famous for this style of architecture. It's called Richardsonian Romanesque. You want to see a great view, folks? Don't look at the church. Look past it. Look in the glass of the Hancock building. You'll see the reflection of Trinity Church. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Don't worry, if you don't get the picture, you can buy the postcard. It's all everywhere. Trinity Church opened in 1877, designed by Henry Hobson Richardson. It is still a working Episcopal church. Now this area is still the Back Bay. For those of you who joined me recently, this is landfill. So this land underneath us is not supporting that beautiful church. What is supporting that church are the 4,500 wooden pylons underneath it. Yeah, you ever go on a pier and you see all the pylons on the pier? Same thing here. In the sub-basement of this church, there are 4,500 wooden pylons. And there's water down there. It's there on purpose to keep the pylons wet. If they dry out, it's dry rot and the church could collapse. And years ago, it was old school. Years ago, they had a little boat, and they would go around every day and check the water levels all around the basement, make sure they maintained a certain amount of water. Now it's all high-tech. It's all done with computer sensors. But yeah, those are the days. That church is still open, and it is still a working Episcopal church. If you'd like to take a tour, they do give guided tours for a small donation. Just go into the rectory, and they will help you out with the tour of it. Boston is really lucky to have so many incredible churches scattered throughout the city. One of the first ones built with the landfill here was the Arlington Street Church on your left-hand side. Arlington Street, what happened was the Boston Public Garden is up on your left front. That was the beginning of the landfill. They started there and then they worked their way west, block by block, filling in the land. And as soon as they filled, they would start putting buildings on it. So the blocks that are closer to the public garden, they're the older blocks of the Back Bay, and they get progressively newer. Like each block is almost a decade, because this project went for almost 50 years, so it's a very long project. This building, if you go inside on a sunny day, you will see magnificent stained glass windows designed by Tiffany himself. Yeah, it's really cool. Stop 13 is just a couple blocks up, and we're going to make our way around over to Stop 13. you'd like to wander through this neighborhood, you could do so.